Testing, testing. Test. Oh, okay, there we go. It's working. All right. Let's see. Okay, everything's working so far. Okay, okay. Now then, let's see. Okay. Welcome to stream, everybody, or more likely, welcome to the vlog, the VOD. But okay. Today we are continuing on chapter 6 of my series, Hidden Class Jolt. For recap, what we have left off is just a simple mini cliffhanger with Junwoo almost making it out of the tower. But unfortunately, what is outside for him is just freezing cold. And it's basically just snowy, freezing cold. I won't spoil where it is just yet, because well, it will be revealed later in the series, maybe in this chapter, but I'm not sure because I'm making crap up as I'm going. Anyways, instead of losing hope and just being like, I can't leave, or I can't, even if I leave, I will die. He turns that into motivation to actually do the one thing that all ascendants can do, is level up and become stronger. Using as basically in his as essentially changing his mindset into a positive one. Basically saying, so since I can't survive normally, all I have to do is simply level up and become strong enough to survive outside in the freezing weather. And that and where we left off is Junwoo basically asking his acquaintance, a capybara, a capybara, a tower resident that looks like a capybara named Boro, to help him, uh, level up, aka become stronger. And that's essentially the simple recap of it. Excuse me. Now that we got that out of the way, all that's left is just simply wondering how to continue. Since I left this off as a cliffhanger, I know exactly where. The only problem is I just need to make sure that I am consistent with my writing style. So just give me 1 second to pull up, I believe, chapter 3, because I also had like a mini, because because it's like I don't want to start a new chapter just so that like I can change perspectives. So I just want to make sure I am doing it correctly as I did in my nope, it was chapter 2. I'm dumb. Let's see. What did I do? How did I do it? But yeah, it was just tilde. I'm just because I want to go back to, since I don't know, it's because you know how like, because like there's like those like in anime or just like in shows there they change, where they leave off like a mini cliffhanger to go to different characters' point of view. That's basically what I'm trying to do right now. But I'm just trying to keep it consistent so that way it's not such a backlash of writing, I guess. So the issue is I'm saying all this stuff, but I still don't know exactly what I want to be the mini change in perspective right now. So, because I could do, because I mean, honestly, I don't have the story locked down at all. I mean, I have moments, but the problem is those moments are like way down the line, like essentially the climax or the build up to the climax of stuff like that. Excuse me. Take a quick swig of a soda. Okay. So let's see. Hmm. There are plenty of people I could do, especially since Who do I want to focus on in the alliance at the moment is a question. Hmm. Well, I could just go to because right now I'm thinking definitely. How do I do this? How do I do this? You know what? Definitely back. You know what? Who do I want to focus on right now in Korea? I could go to Lee Seong Hyun. Wait, did I even Lee? Not wait, not the one. Did I even say the right name? Because I based that name off of Faker of League of Legends. Goat himself, Faker, like his legitimate name. And the problem is, I am definitely I feel like I'm definitely mixed it up. Hold on. No, Lee Young Hung, not Lee Sung Hyun. Just shows you how I could, although I could focus on a different character. You know, yeah, I'll focus on a different character. Just give more, just give more, you know, build up to the other characters. Because spoiler, all these characters in the alliance are important. Be essential to the story. I'm not gonna sideline them. Not gonna sideline them too hard. Is what I'm just gonna say. We'll say. Because if anything, that's always been like my biggest gripe with some manhwas or like many power fantasy is that like I think the one that like most people will note it immediately point to is solo leveling because this is look at my character Shin Junwoo is literally just a play off of Lee Jun Sun Jin Sun Jin Yu. Yeah, but what I was trying to say was like you see how like all the S ranks and all the Korean S ranks just got immediately sidelined hard when they were fighting against the well spoilers if you haven't already seen solo leveling or read it, but you know how they got sidelined when fighting against the Ant Prince. Yeah, yeah I don't want to I want to avoid that at all costs if anything because it kind of just like hurts because like great now we just because like we just kept that's like the most annoying part is like these guys are strong but then like they never shown we never really given like a chance to see them be strong, I guess is the best way I can put it. Like we kind of see it but at the same time we don't, you know what I mean? Like for the most part I honestly don't remember cuz like half of like the S ranks in Korea didn't even get a chance to really show off their power besides just like that whole besides the whole ant Jeju Island arc, which is where they fight the ants. And that's basically the only time we see them be strong. But then like immediately get power crept by like the next boss. So I wanna at least avoid that, you know? Cause like that always bug me in a sense. I get it. It's to I guess it's also just to make let Sunjin Wook's aura farm more, but it always slightly bugged me when like you kind of when you set a it's like or for more Western, I guess it would be like the immortal in Invincible, I guess. You know, like how like he's always strong, but then like he's always like getting his ass whooped, or you know, like it's the jobber. I think that's what it's. I think that's the term for the type of character is the jobber, which is basically yeah. A jobber is a character whose primary narrative purpose is to lose fights against other characters, originate from to do the job and losing it. Yeah, yeah, basically, yeah, yeah. The core purpose of a job, the hype machine. Jobbers are usually established as powerful fighters. When a new hero or villain easily defeats them, the audience immediately understands how dangerous the victor is. Yeah, basically, that's like the biggest issue I had with solo leveling is that many of the pre-established characters, like that are like powerful characters or powerful figures, just end up being jobbers. And then like Sun Jun just basically has to literally, well, as in the name implies, solo, solo carry everybody, and that's what slightly annoys me. Is like, yeah, but it's just the fact that there's too many jobbers in solo leveling. I guess is the best way I can say it. Like all the S ranks, all S ranks were essentially job. Korea, Japan, and then like spoilers for or like a mini. Yeah, I'll keep it there. But yeah, like all the S ranks, like the ones that like consider some of the strongest people on Earth, they just become jobbers, or like they literally just end up becoming. They are literally written to be jobbers, and that's what I want to avoid at all. Or I want to avoid as much as possible. Like, or at least like the characters that will matter in the long run. But like, of course, like I don't want. I don't want just like I don't want to like make like the whole cast besides the main character jobbers. You know what I mean? So at least I want to avoid that. So if anything, that's why I'm gonna be. Of course, I'm gonna be trying to give them as much time, writing time as possible. Besides just basically just like small bits in there, I want to at least add more to them. Besides just like, oh yeah, they're blank, blank, blank. Okay. Anyways, let's actually continue now. Back in Korea. What did I name her? Oh, yeah, that's what it is. What could she be doing? Okay, let's see. Let's see. It has just been a day since the alliance press conference. Excuse me, sorry. In a day since the alliance press conference. The the, the tower ascended was. I did not even spell ascended. God damn. Tower Ascendant Association has released the full report on the Blue Towers. Blue Towers 50th floor. Hundreds hundreds, if not thousands of people both ascendants and citizens that hundreds and not thousands of people, both ascendants and citizens alike, read the report. The report showed contained as much information as possible, but also warned future future challengers of still possible unknowns as the clients were not fully able to traverse and discover well, you actually know, let's just remove that part because this was a common precaution. This is a common precaution in every written report. In every written report published by the J.O.A.T, as it is almost impossible to fully map out an entire floor, an entire upper floor, tower floor, without extreme expensive. I spelled that wrong so badly. Even the safe floors in the resident in the residential floors that appear every 5. Maybe every 5 or every 10. No. Every 5th floor. aren't fully mapped out. Are still not fully mapped out. Actually, not think about it. How long did it take to map out the entire world? How long did it take to map out to map the world? Mapping the entire world has been a continuous multi-millennial process rather than a single project, with the comprehensiveness, relatively accurate mapping of all continents taking roughly over 3,000 years, from early Greek efforts in the 16th century BCE to the mapping of Antarctica's interior in the early 20th century. Damn, took that long. Damn. Yep, I was correct to saying the mapping of the whole effing floor would be taken because damn. Yep. You know what? I was incorrect. I was correct in saying that. Yeah, it's in almost it is almost impossible to fully map out the entire floor because that's how big these floors are. Because in this universe, one tower floor is is almost in like the size of a continent, or in terms of relative size. Because like essentially every floor is almost its own world, and they kind of semi intersect, but yeah, at the moment it's like I'm still, but yeah, hmm, yeah, I'm still technically working on it. But for the most part, every floor is almost its own world in a sense. Whether how big that means is up to reader's interpretation, because it very it the safe answer, the honest answer is that they are big as I want it to be. So they could be stupid big or stupid small. Probably not stupid small, but they can be very big. They really, how to say this? They're not small, I guess is the best way to say it. Like even the residential floors are like huge. Everything about each floor is big. Like it's not like a simple dungeon, like, oh, like this is a room, oh, it's a maze. It's like, no, this is like entire continents. Like like eh. But yeah, basically, just it's just big is the best way to put it. They're not small remotely. They're almost never too small. Never small. They're always big, whether with landmass or with water or with something. They are always huge, each floor. And that's essentially why it's almost impossible to fully map out a floor. Like, can you imagine just trying to map out the world now without any technology? And as and that took roughly 3,000 years, over 3,000 years. So yeah, and imagine doing that for every single floor of every single tower. How many floors? roughly 100. And how many towers? Yes. I don't have a like set number of towers just yet, but for the most part, they're gonna be like a tower for every country. So let's just say that will be like one or two towers for every country, depending on how big they are. Like US could probably fit like two or three or four if we're gonna be serious. Like Korea could fit probably just really just one. Well, like you could really fit two if I if they're just like back to back next to each other. But I'm just probably just gonna put like one in just to be safe. And then like cause like yeah, I'm not making, but basically just by landmass, you could probably fit like four, three or four in the U.S. and then like three or four in Canada. Mex- Mexico, you could probably fit like two, possibly two, and then like everywhere it's like every it's like kind of like based on country, I guess. And maybe some countries are too small to have a tower, but you get the point. But right now where these towers are is there's not technically a spot just for all of them just yet because well I haven't thought of them. I just kind of right now the only one that's like right now the blue tower is in right now the blue tower is in Korea. All the other towers, just I'll just say this: there is guaranteed at least one tower in like major countries, and I'll probably add like a second or third one later. What color they are? No idea just yet because right now I just rolling because like I mean originally what could have been what I could have done just to make it easier on myself is just making them all because like in the manhwa and light novel solo farming in the tower there is only one tower but that tower has multiples of it in every country but they all are the same tower like as in like if you're in Brazil you will go it's like a black tower. And if you're in Brazil and if you're in Korea, you can get into the blue tower and you'll meet up. But when you leave, you'll leave the same way out. It's like a how to say this? It's like I guess like in a sense a server in a way. Like multiple towers will are connected to the same tower. Or at least they're represented as towers, but they're really just like a portal slash gate. And each gate is essentially they will go like someone in Brazil will can go in through the tower and they'll basically get to the same place as someone who's in Korea. But the guy in Korea will go back to the Korean tower. The guy in Brazil will go back to the Brazilian tower. But still like, it's like I guess like yeah, it's like the same server essentially, but they're just like logging in from somewhere else essentially, you know. Anyways, I could have done that, but I wanted to but then I thought like, you know what? Let's just make I thought about that, but then I was like I did I just say I didn't want. I wanted. Then I started thinking like, you know what? I don't want to, because in solo farming in the tower, the main character, he gets trapped. Well, this is like a spoiler. He gets trapped. He wants to go into the tower. He finds a way in, not the regular way. So he basically glitches in a sense, and he gets sent to a floor that he basically. How do I say this? God damn it, it's annoying. Because, but essentially, I didn't want Shin Jun-woo to meet anybody just yet, essentially, because I wanted him to be in a mysterious tower in a mysterious place that no one has touched, essentially. Because right now, because it's been 5 years, there's multiple. There are many towers. People have gone to at least one, all of them at least once, possibly, depending on where they were. Like for example, for example, like if you or like yeah, never mind, forget what I said. But basically, there are multiple towers, different colors. So that and each tower is similar but different. For the blue tower, I am like the theme of the tower is well water, just because I'm lazy. But like yeah, basically lots of water, just but not like just water, but like but for the most part there is a lot of like a water theme, I guess. And what does the water theme mean? Basically, just think of every fantasy that involves water. Just let's just say that for now, because I also don't really know what I'm doing. I just kind of wrote. It's like wrote. I'm BSing my way through this as well, and I'm trying to basically. I want to make it so that like how do I say this? I want to make it so that like you know what? Let's just have multiple worlds or like multiple towers because I don't want. Essentially, the reason why is that I just didn't want. I wanted Junwoo to be in a mysterious tower, like basically isolated from everyone else, essentially, and that's basically the point of it. And I didn't want him to. And I mean, originally he was just gonna be on the top. Well, like basically, this was the original draft, which was kind of similar to solo farming the tower. It is basically he is trapped on the top floor, and basically he has to survive on the top floor. Excuse me. But then when I thought about it, it's like, well, I mean, it could kind of work, but it's like my big problem is that was when I was thinking about like, okay, so he's not technically an ascendant, so how would he hurt someone on the 100th floor and make it make sense? And then like, of course, the propane tank was kind of in mind, but the problem is like a level 100, basically a level 100 boss can be hurt by a normal propane tank, like exploding. And I was like, that kind of kills the power level in a sense. You know what I mean? Because if like like it'll be like you getting hurt by a level one or level zero pistol, I guess, or like a level five. Like so basically, I put him in like too much of an extreme level at the moment, so I brought it down to level 20 because I brought it down to level 20 just because to floor 20, the 20th floor, just because I wanted him to have basically I wanted him to feel like I wanted him to earn his class, which is jack of all trades. But then I didn't want to put it too low because then like it would be like okay he unlocked it, or at least I wanted him to like work get like earn that his power essentially. And I didn't want it to be like fully as much as fun as it is to just get him to be like freaking cool and powerful. It's not like as in like Sun Jin Woo. Like there's no like of course like he did work for it. I'm not saying he didn't work for it, but if anything, like granted, like it kind of it's definitely like he did work for it. It's just like more like he just kind of just speed ran his level up. You know what I mean? So if anything, what I'm trying to do, so it's like I don't know, it's just like I want. There's like definitely things I want to. I'm picking, choosing and picking from like my favorite manhwa power fantasies, and I'm trying to make semi my own thing. I mean, of course, is like still like contemporary writing, but of course, I'm not saying that they're bad. They're still fun. I love solo leveling. I love the manhwas I read. All of those regression power fantasy. I love them, and it's always fun to read them. But basically, right now the problem is I'm just trying to. I'm don't really have a blueprint. That's probably the best thing I could say is that I don't have a blueprint. I am basically copying. I don't want to fully copy and paste stuff, but I am trying to do my own thing. But also like, of course, like I still love these aspects of these stories too. You know. Okay, let's see. Where do we live? Are still not fully mapped out. I just could have just put a period there. Are not fully mapped out. Man, man, each floor on the each floor going up just gets crazier and crazier. Man, each floor going up is just crazier and crazier. Crazier and crazier. Well, when you well you well, what do you expect on the upper floor? What do you expect from the upper floor? Of course, it was just. Of course, they get tougher and tougher. Tougher and tougher. Well, I mean, well, I mean, how do you, I mean, well, I mean, how do you expect us normal attendants to afford a giant ship for yeah, unfortunately that's just the bitter truth. Even the alliance has even the alliance has said on multiple occasions that they would have would have been deeper trouble if if their ship had been smaller. Otherwise, more species may have targeted them. Generate ship. I'm done. Smaller. In the report, it is recommended to have a ship around at least, let's see, how big is that? I don't want to go too big, but I just want to see some ship sizes just to give an idea. Because I think a yacht is too small. A cruise, I think a cruise ship, right? That's how big is a cruise ship? Size. On cruise ships categorized by passenger capacity, ranging from small vessels holding fewer than 500 to mega ships and covering over 4,000. Hmm. Let's see, I'll say this was like, wait, how many people? I think it was 500. Did I say my cap? The cap was 500. Let's see, it was, I believe 500 was it what? I don't remember how many people I said was on the Alliance raid. Hold on, give me a second. Time to reconstruct. Where is it? Oh, just over 100 members. Okay. But yeah, I guess the size of a small cruise ship. Jesus Christ, I didn't realize that. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that that's how big some cruise ships are. God damn. Oh wait, wait, how big is an aircraft carrier in comparison? Actually, nothing about it. And you know what? It's reaching there. It's short by 400 feet, but still. Oh no, I'm looking at an oil tanker. Oh wait, it beats it just by a roughly 60, roughly 60 feet, 62 feet. Hold on, let me check how many men on an aircraft carrier? 5,000 to 6,000 personnel. Jesus. Yeah, let me just look up biggest website. Or let's say 200 people. 200 people. How big is roughly that? For a cruise counting a 200 people, the most fitting vessels are a small ship, luxury, or expedition style vessel. MS the world. MS the world is roughly yeah, largest privately owned residential yacht. At least here's the size of a actually not think about how many personnel. Roughly so damn a crew. Yeah. So what's the largest? Maybe not a cruise ship. It's maybe too big. Hold on. How big? Largest yacht? I guess. Just want to see how big. The largest yacht. How many people? Yep. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Size of a yacht. At least 592. At least have a ship. At least have a ship length. A ship with a length of. Okay, hold on. I just need to feet to meter slash kilometer. 592. 592. 100. 180, roughly. Of at 180 meters or more. This is to both accommodate the large amount of ascendants who were in the 50th floor raid. 50th floor. Should I call it a raid? I don't think this. Accommodate the amount of the large amount of ascendants who what's the word? Not attended, but source, help me. I should directed guide. Large amount and the large amount of ascendants in the guild alliance. The alliance raid. But it also had an unintended effect, which was to deter which was to deter smaller smaller monsters from attacking. So let's just read this. 100 meters more. This is to accommodate both. This was meant to account. This was meant to accommodate the large amount of ascendants in the alliance raid, but it had an unintended effect, which was deterring smaller monsters from attacking. Well, the bigger creatures bigger sea monsters got all the attention. There were plenty of other sea creatures that were There were plenty of smaller sea creatures that were still more, still more than capable of attacking, of killing. Yes, an ascendant. They were still bigger than humans and more than capable of killing an ascendant. There we go. Ascendants in the Alliance raid, but it had. Okay, let's just reread this so that way it just flows properly, because that way just less editing when I'm fishing it. In the report, it is recommended to have a ship with a length of 180 meters or more. This was meant to account. This was originally meant to accommodate the large number of ascendants in the Alliance raid, but it had an unintended effect, which was deterring smaller monsters from attacking. While the bigger sea monsters got all the attention, there were plenty of smaller sea creatures that were still bigger than humans and more than capable. Yet smaller creatures that were more. There were plenty of smaller sea creatures that were still more than capable of killing an ascendant. Hmm. The, the Alliance. Now let's make it. The Alliance learned the hard way. The hard way when they deployed rafts and got that when they deployed rowboat not rowboats. Is it just a speedboat? Is that the right thing? Yeah, when they deploy speedboats. When they deploy speedboats and were attacked. Wait, not think about it. How big is a freaking blue whale actually? Just 100 feet, 30 meters. Okay, maybe I'm going a bit too high. Okay, you know what? Let me just rephrase. You know, I think 75 too. 75 meters or more. This was meant to account like 30, yeah, 30 meters. Wait, you know, let's just reshrink that. Maybe because I think the yacht size is a bit too big, even because maybe it's because wait, how big? Actually, you know, let me use a submarine. Actually, green size. Military personnel. How many? 30 to 160 personnel, 40 crew members. As the text says, carry about 130 to 140, and massive ballistic missile submarines 140 to 160. Fast attack submarine size. How big is that? 200, 250 feet to 460 feet. Let's just let's just grant that 2 meters. 250, 70. Yeah, I think 75 is the correct number. The 250 foot is around 76.2 meters. Yeah, 75. Let's cut that. Yeah, just cut that number in half. Because I think what I'm failing to understand is that a yacht also that has to carry more than just its amount of crew members. So that might be why it's like the number looks jank. It was meant to accommodate the large number of ascendants in the lance raid, but it had an unintended effect of deterring deterring smaller monsters from attacking. While the bigger sea monsters got all the attention, there were plenty of smaller sea creatures that were still more than capable of killing an ascendant. The Alliance learned the hard way when they deployed speedboat and were attacked by hmm, what's a which is interesting sea creature. Hmm. What wouldn't be cool? What would be cool? What would be cool? The speedboat is like what? Hmm, a speedboat size is like not that big. Yeah, 11 to 9. Yeah, 11 is probably so by 4. Or small speedboats and were attacked by 4 meter long. No, let's just make it 5 meter. 5 meter long. long. Monstrous seals. Seals. Luckily no one was hurt. Luckily no one was hurt. Luckily no one was hurt. But caution. But a cautionary tale nonetheless. Landslide the hard way that and they deployed speedboats and were attacked by 5-meter long monstrous seals. Luckily no one was hurt, but a cautionary tale nonetheless. That of course didn't mean the ship was invincible. Was completely invisible. It could. I mean, the ship could completely deter all small creatures. Here's as the aforementioned. Did I spell that right? Oh, I don't know if I spelled that right or not. I didn't look. Whatever. Aforementioned barnacles. Barnacles were found eating through the ship. Through the ship's hull. If they had been discovered later, they would have lost the ship. Ship entirely and would have to consider the possibility of canceling a failure. Failure over would have If they had been discovered later, they would have lost their ship entirely and would have to consider the possibility of failure. Mm. Challenge of it. The challenge a failure. Yeah, I just changed challenge. I think that's probably the better word. The Alliance challenge, but it had an unintended effect of deterring smaller. Bad. Okay. Hmm. Would have. I just changed it to would have. Anyways, quit worrying about the 50th floor. Anyways, quit worrying. Floor. You barely reached the. You barely reached the 20th floor. Hey, just because I'm I'm not there yet. Just because I'm not there yet doesn't mean I will never get there. Then you better fo focus on surviving till then. Being till until then. Haha. Still, I wonder what each. I wonder what the raid alliance. Right? Did I call it the raid alliance? I'm. God damn it! I just. Yep, it was just the raid. The raid alliance challenge. God damn it! I just cannot. I'm forgetting what I'm calling stuff. God damn it! This is why I pull up a other stuff too. All right. Let's see. Still, I wonder what they raid. I wonder what treasures they have earned. They have earned from conquering. Conquering the. I wonder what the raid allies have earned from conquering the floor. Definitely. De Plenty of gold and experience. Well, at least. At the somewhere near, somewhere nearby, a woman in a tracksuit was jogging. Somewhere nearby, jogging past them. Past them. Sung Young Kyun. Did I spell her name right? God damn it. Ooh. Yep. Okay. Past them. Was doing. Was going on her daily job. Well, not as effective as before due to her due to her alliance. Due to her stats, it was still a well, not as effective as before due to her high stats. It brought a sense of normalcy in columnists. A sense of normalcy and calmness to her. Her reaching after reaching the after reaching her usual stop. Usual stop. A bench. The park. She sat down to rest, even though she she wasn't that tired. If if anything, it reaffirms. If anything, it reaffirms her. If anything, it reaffirms her growth as she leveled up. As she leveled up. Do you think I usually would be able to complete my jog without breaking a sweat? No breaking a single sweat. Yun Kyun feels a sense of pride. Feels a sense of pride in accomplishment. Her daily routine that in the beginning really was tremendous. That was a challenge. That was a challenge. Is now nothing but a simple reminder of how far she has grown. Let's just remove this part. Because that's basically this. I don't want it just repeat information. Our phone begins to ring at the usual. was her. Did I introduce her yet? Or did I introduce the vice leader or not? Oh, hold on. Nope, I didn't introduce her. I didn't introduce. It was her vice skill leader. It was her second. Command. What should her name be? Hold on, I just want to make sure something. Kim. Let's see. Yeah, I'm literally thinking about a name right now. Kim Gia. Gia. Vice skill leader. Vice skill leader Kim Gia. Of the. Was it Moonblade, right? Yeah, Moonblade. Moonblade Guild. Vice guild leader of the Kim Gia of the Moonblade Guild. Knowing her or knowing Kyun for 3 years. Knowing Kyun for 3 years. No, just make for years. 3 years. Gia knew when she would be on a break. Can you get back soon? The J.O.A.T sent a request to us. Sent a request to us. Edit. I'm typing like crap. The ATA sent us sent a request to us. I'll be there. I'll be there soon. I'll be there soon. Yanka hangs up her phone. Her phone. Yanka hangs up her phone and begins making her way back. Hmm. And since she can't use her, let's just do a mini bit of world building. If only I can. Make it way back. Nah. What was the way I write? Yeah, since she can. Yeah, since she can use her power. Yeah, forget. No, actually, forget about that. That. Yeah, I'll do the world building better. It took. It took roughly 20. But it took roughly 10 minutes to get back to The Moonblades Guild. Gia was there to was there waiting to be there. To took you long enough. Like, well, I can't exactly use my powers in public. Well, I can't exactly use my powers in public, can public. What? I really do that too much. Where I'm just writing and then where I'm talking and writing and I'm not writing what I'm talking. Like I skip words when as you just saw there. 1 second. No. Let's complete this. What? Let's complete this part and then I think I'm probably gonna call it there. All right. So unless it's an emergency. Whatever. Or the GA representatives inside waiting. Representative is waiting. The both of them enter as both guild leader and vice. Actually, not the. I didn't. Yeah, I was not gonna have the hyphen. And vice guild leader. Vice guild leader. That's both guild leader and vice guild leader enter the building. They are greeted in respect by all members. All members. Both ascendants and office workers. And office workers alike. Wait, is there a shorter word for office work? Actually, nothing about it. Minimum for office worker. Most commonly white collar workers and desk workers. Minimums include clerks, administrative assistants, and secretary or casually a 9 to 5er. Is clerk the right word? Both ascendants and clerks alike. And normal clerks. Clerks alike. Yeah, I'll just we'll probably have to work on the name. Because like well, I mean like not every guild member is gonna be just an ascendant. It could be and I didn't even use the right ascendant. Like not every member is gonna be well of like a guild is gonna be like, you know, the front so you because you gonna need people who do you're gonna need clerks or just like office workers who keep track of stuff, you know? Because I mean, in a way, like a guild is a business in a sense. You know, like how solo leveling, like all the guilds have like the business side and the the warrior sides. You know what I mean? Um, why am I forgetting the name? What they're called? Hold on. Hunters. Jesus, both the hunters and the workers. You know. You know what? Let's just move the both ascendants and clerks alike. Because I mean, the clerk is pretty normal, anyways. All right, I think that's a good stopping point. Granted, like we're I didn't end. We wrote decent chunk, but not too much. But of course, we haven't. This ain't gonna be where the uh the switch of perspectives ends. It's gonna keep continuing on until we'll probably continue this maybe Sunday. I don't know. I'm still working on an actual schedule. That's the problem. So maybe Sunday or Monday. Well, yeah. If anything, yeah. Anyways, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Damn it, I'm still not using this. Like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, Rocky Tales Production, and follow me on Twitch at Rocky Tales. And that's all I have to say. So, see ya. Oh, oh, Matthew. Oh, sorry, Matthew. Matthew, if you're not here, I'm sorry. I'm gonna answer this question first. You wish I wish I had your talent. You probably don't. I'm really bad at writing. But and keep going on, Meg. You'll. Yeah, sorry, I haven't been because right now I only have the OBS and OBS has only the Twitch. I only have the Twitch chat up right now, so I wasn't able to answer your question. Sorry about that, Matthew. How long has it took you to make the first 5 chapters? Honestly, I think almost. Let's see. When did I honestly a long time. That's all I can say. Because if anything, the reason why I was able to release the my chapters quickly was just because I have already written them before I actually started publishing them to royalroad.com, which you do follow me on there too. On royalroad.com, same name, Rocky Tales Production, Hidden Class Jolt. And how long it took me to release the first 5 chapters? It took a while because honestly, I've been writing them for like almost a year, and I don't know. It's just one of those moments where like I had an idea for a story, but then like I just didn't want. I just was lazy about writing it, and it wasn't until like probably well until this year, honestly, when I really thought about actually like writing, keep like doing a more constant writing. I was originally gonna just do recordings, but then like that was well that kind of worked, but then like at the same time, I would prefer to, I decided to just do live streaming because it's just like well because essentially those recordings were essentially VODs, so I might as well just do a live stream of me writing them. And as for how long it, but yeah, just to answer that first question, how long it honestly took me probably a year to get the first to get the first 3/4 chapters out, and then like because I was just lazy at writing them, and then for the fifth chapter, it took me roughly a month because that was when I was actually well, I was streaming it so that way it motivates me to actually write stuff down, even if it's sort of garbage. But it was my garbage, so it's fine. And it it took me like roughly a month to get chapter 5 completed. Granted, like I I'm not writing like a like for a chapter it's roughly 2,000 to 3,000 words, so it's like not too long. But for the most part, yeah, it took me roughly a year and a half, a year and a month to get all 5 chapters released. And how long do you think your book will fully release? It's gonna be a while, and but if anything, you can. I'm not really. I'm. I don't know. It'll be a dream if I ever get to do a hard copy release, hard copy or like that. But of course, it costs money, and which money that I don't have. So I just been. So Matthew, if you're watching this later, this VOD later, I will be. I'm releasing these chapters for free on royalroad.com. Just type in my name, Rocky Tales Production, and you'll find it. Or else type in the book title, Hidden Class Jolt. And if anything, I'll probably just message you. But yeah, but if you're not here right now, or if you're not rewatching this, that's all I. But yeah, royalroad.com is where you can find all 5 chapters, or read all 5 chapters for free. And thank you for really liking. I appreciate your kindness. And but yeah, just go to Royal Road my page on royalroad.com. You'll find hidden class jolt. Hold on, I'll show you what it looks how to spell it in a moment. I'll type it out. I'll type it out here just for you to get how to find it. Hidden class jolt. Although I guess it is also on the actual. Wait, actually, why am I even typing it? It's on the it's my YouTube fuck. I'm dumb. It's the it's the freaking title. It's a stupid VOD title right there. So just go to royalroad.com, type in that title, and then you should be able to find it. But yeah, you'll find the first 5 chapters. You'll find the chapters that I published on there for you can read them for free. But I don't think I'm ever gonna charge them just because I don't. I am on. I don't know. There's like at best I may release a hard copy, maybe, but I don't know. But for now, I'm just thinking about releasing chapter by chapter on royalroad.com. That's it. And for the most, but yeah, that's but for the most part, if for how long do you think it'll take me to finish? All I can say is that it's probably gonna take me probably well maybe at this rate maybe 3 years, maybe. I don't know, because I am considering trying to get to I don't know, like because like I guess like some of my favorite novels they have like over 100 chapters. So and considering that the rate I'm going at them is pretty slow, so but yeah, I'll probably try to if I'm doing this more consistently and if I'm really rolling because like it really depends on the day if I'm like oh crap I got an idea I know what direction I know exactly what I'm typing. But if I'm just kind of spitballing, then like it's just gonna take. It depends on like the day, because like right now I'm spitballing. I don't really have much of an idea. I have an idea, but then like you know, getting the ideas down on paper is the hard or in text. It's hard for me at least, because that's why you probably don't want my talent, because I'm the laziest writer ever. But yeah, if anything, that's that's what I want to say, and but yeah, thank you Matthew for if you want to read this, just go to royalroad.com, type in Hidden Class Joes or my name, Rocky Tales Productions, and you should be able to find it. Or at least I hope you find it. If not, then I will leave a link. I'll add a link in the description for you to look at, so that way you can always find the. I'll add a link after in the VOD later. You know, if anything, I should probably add them from now on to the description. I don't know if I have it in the description right now, because there is a chance I don't have it in the description. But if I don't, I'll add it from now on, so that way anyone who wants to read it can find it easily without having to type in this long ass name with these many freaking periods and semicolons and shit. So yeah, but yeah. Thank you for. But yeah, don't worry about it. You'll be able to read it for free on royalroad.com for the whole. If anything, at best, I might just release a hard copy, but then like I'm not removing that. I'm keeping everything for free on royalroad.com for anyone to read. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna close the stream now. Follow me on Rocky Tales on Twitch, like and subscribe on YouTube to Rocky Tales Production, and I'll see you guys all later.